Will the audience please rise for the singing of our national anthem? It will be performed by Mr. Brendan Kelly, a Bachelor of Arts in Music major, followed by Ms. Bridget Sullivan, a Bachelor of Music major, who will perform the Alaska song. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Stars of gold on a field of blue, Alaska's flag, may it mean to you the blue of the sea, the evening sky, the mountains, lakes, and the flowers nearby, the gold of the early sourdough streams, the precious gold of the hills and streams, the brilliant lights in the northern sky, the bear, the dipper, and shining high, the great North Star with its steady light, o'er land and sea, a beacon bright. Alaska's flag to Alaskans dear, the simple flag of the last frontier. A native lad chose the dipper stars for Alaska's flag, that there be no bars among our culture. Let it be known through years the natives past has grown to share life's treasures hand in hand, to keep Alaska our great land. We love the northern midnight sky, the mountains, lakes, and the streams nearby, the great North Star with its steady light will guide all
seated. Thank you, Ms. Sullivan and Mr. Kelly. And thanks to the Air Force ROTC Detachment 1. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the University of Alaska Anchorage, Edward Lee Gorsuch.
Thank you, Marshal Narang, graduates, faculty, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and elected officials. Welcome to the University of Alaska Anchorage Commencement Ceremony of 2003. I extend a special welcome to the parents, families, and relatives, friends of our graduates. I also want to welcome those viewing this event live on GCI Cable 15. And of course, my most special welcome goes to those seated directly in front of me, our graduates of 2003. I am pleased now to introduce to you those who join me on the stage this afternoon. With us today from the University of Alaska Board of Regents are Regent Brian Rogers, Chairman of the Board of Regents, Regent Mike Burns, and Regent Francis Rose. Representing the University of Alaska Anchorage are Provost James Chapman, Vice Provost Renee Carter Chapman, Associate Vice Provost for Research Kim Peterson, Associate Vice Provost for Academic Affairs Tom Miller, Vice Chancellor for Administrative Services Cynthia Matson, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement Susan Ruddy, Dean of Students Linda Lazelle, our Faculty Marshal, whom you met, and President of UAA's Faculty Senate, Deborah Narang, and Professor Stephen Haycox, who will give the faculty presentation. We also have Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Theodore Kassir, Dean of the College of Business and Public Policy, Tom Case, Interim Dean of the College of Health and Social Welfare, Elizabeth Searles, Dean of the Community and Technical College, Jan Gaylor, Dean of the School of Engineering, Rob Lang, Associate Dean of the College of Education, Donna Gale Shaw, and Dean of Undergraduate Research and Scholarship, Ronald Spatz. We're pleased to give special recognition to our honorary degree recipients, Dr. William J. Mills, and our Meritorious Service Award recipient, the Very Reverend Father Michael Alexa. I'm especially pleased to introduce our student commencement speaker from the 2003 graduating class, Andrew Gardner. Mr. Gardner will be receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in history and 2 minors in political science and communications. Now I'm pleased to present the UAA MACE. Commissioned in 1990 by the UAA Alumni Association, the MACE was created by 2 talented UAA employees, Dr. Verna Remus, Dean of UAA's previous College of Career and Vocational Education, who turned on the lathe the wooden staff and the head, and Associate Professor of Art, Mariano Gonzalez, who designed and produced the sterling silver torch at the top of the mace. The mace symbolizes UAA as a university of distinction. It is traditionally entrusted to the faculty in recognition of their critical role in the education of our students. It was thus carried during the processional by Faculty Marshal, Associate Professor of Mathematics, Dr. Deborah Narang, who is also President of the UAA Faculty Senate. And now to memorialize those UAA students, faculty and staff, alumni, and members of the university community whose lives have been lost this past year, but not our precious memories of them. And to those whom we honor, who have been placed in harm's way while serving our country, and in reverence to all things that are good, true, and sacred, please join me in a moment of silence. We take the occasion of commencement to recognize from outside of the Academy individuals who, through the course of their lifetimes, have demonstrated outstanding creativity, scholarship, or service to others. I now ask Regent Brian Rogers to join me in bestowing such a recognition upon William J. Mills, Jr., the Honorary Doctor of Letters.
The official citation for Dr. William Mills is printed in the Commencement program. Dr. William Mills was one of the first orthopedic specialists to set up practice in the state of Alaska. His professional contributions and the leadership he displayed in the 1950s and 1960s contributed significantly to the development of the current healthcare system for Alaska. As one among only a few medical specialists, Dr. Mills helped create opportunities for Alaskans to obtain state-of-the-art medical care without being forced to leave Alaska. This resulted in an improved quality of life and lower health care costs and transformed a frontier community into a medically modern place to live. Although he is now essentially retired from active medical practice, he continues to volunteer his expertise to the UAA athletic department, serving as a physician for UAA sports teams. But it is not only for his volunteer services, nor his patient care skills, bedside manner, or his remarkable sense of humor that we seek to honor Dr. Mills today, but also for his contributions to the improved care of cold trauma, high-altitude pulmonary edema, and other medical conditions unique to cold climates and high-altitude environments. Dr. Mills is internationally recognized as a leading expert on the treatment of frostbite injury. Dr. Mills was named to the Alaska Hall of Fame. In 1965, he was selected Physician of the Year. The Alaska State Legislature saluted him for his service as team physician to the UAA hockey team. Students named him as the UAA Outstanding Teacher in Health Sciences for 2 consecutive years. And in 1991, the University of Michigan Medical School conferred upon him the Distinguished Achievement Award. Dr. Mills continues to reside in Anchorage with his wife, Elaine. Together, they have raised 7 children. He is ostensibly retired, yet his most recent vita lists 10 continuing projects he has labeled Works in Progress, Time and the Good Lord Willing. In recognition of his achievements and contributions to the university, to the state of Alaska, and to his patients, the University of Alaska, Anchorage, proudly confers upon Dr. William J. Mills, Jr., a title and honor he richly deserves, the Honorary Doctor of Letters.
Thank you. Maybe I will run for governor. To all of you new graduates and all your supporters, congratulations. I know your faculty is concerned very much for your welfare, and therefore knowing their propensity for physicians to pontificate at great length on the slightest provocation, they have asked me to be brief. And so I shall be brief. Thank you all very much for the honor you have given me.
It is the University of Alaska Anchorage's privilege to confer upon the 3-time Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright, Edward Albee, the Honorary Doctor of Human Letters. Although Mr. Albee cannot be here today, it is fitting to recognize his contribution to the university. Edward Albee was instrumental in founding the Prince William Sound Community College's Last Frontier Theater Conference. The conference draws hundreds of participants to Aldese each year and has grown to be considered one of the three most prominent in the nation, ranking alongside the highly prestigious O'Neill and the Humana conferences. The Last Frontier Theater Conference is Mr. Albee's version of an ongoing theater collaboration. As a result of his vision and example, the conference is supported by the most prestigious artists in the American theater. I'm pleased to announce that the Board of Regents have taken the extraordinary step of approving the conferring of this degree during the 2003 Last Frontier Theater Conference scheduled in Valdez. If your schedules permit, I extend on behalf of Dr. Joanne McDowell, the president of the Prince William Sound Community College, an invitation for you to attend the conference this June 20th through June 29. The conferring of the degree will be on the evening of June 27th. Teaching, research, and service are all three components of the University of Alaska Anchorage mission. Service to Alaska is also a core value of UAA. It is a privilege to select and acknowledge individuals who have rendered distinguished service to Alaska. This year, UAA is proud to honor and present its Meritorious Service Award on the Very Reverend Dr. Michael J. Olexa, the Meritorious Service Award. Regrettably, due to a family emergency, our recipient, Dr. Father Olexa, will not be present to receive this distinguished award. In his stead, I invite his son, John Alexa, to come forward and accept on his behalf.
The official citation for the Meritorious Service Award is found in your program. Father Michael Alexa is an Orthodox priest who, although not Alaska Native by heritage, has become a vital element of Alaska's contemporary Native culture. He extols the value of diversity and works to maintain the vibrancy and relevancy of Alaska Native culture in the face of globalization. Through his participation in the World Council of Churches, he has been a delegate to interfaith conferences in such diverse locations as Addis Ababa, Thessaloniki, Hong Kong, Salvador de Bahia, and Melbourne. His service to Alaska includes membership on the Governor's Subsistence Summit and the Governor's Commission on Tolerance. In 2001, he received the Alaskan of the Year Denali Award, the Alaska Federation of Natives First Alaskans Award, and a citation from the Alaska State Legislature. In 2002, he received the Service to the State Award from the National Governors Association. In recognition of his accomplishments, the University of Alaska Anchorage proudly presents to the Very Reverend Dr. Michael J. Alexa the Meritorious Service Award.
It is a joyous pleasure to receive this award on behalf of my father, the Reverend Michael Alexa. He is greatly humbled and honored to receive such recognition. Father Michael regrets his absence due to a family emergency, but gives much thanks to the Board of Regents, those that nominated him, and best wishes to the graduating class of 2003. Thank you.
Commencement is also the occasion on which we confer the title of Emeritus on meritorious members of the retiring UAA faculty. Now my pleasure to ask Provost Chaplin to join me at the podium, and will the 2003 UAA Faculty Emeriti please come forward at this time.
Chancellor Gorsuch, the status of Professor Emeritus can only be conferred upon a full-time faculty member who has attained the rank of full professor and who has served a minimum of 10 years at the University of Alaska. A faculty member nominated for emeritus rank is evaluated by his or her dean or director promotion committee of peers, a campus-wide committee of peers, and the provost, and is then finally recommended to you. On behalf of the UAA faculty, it's my honor to join you in conferring this coveted academic honor upon the following faculty members: Margaret Engel, Emeritus Professor of Languages; Todd R. Risley, Emeritus Professor of Psychology; Lisa Madsen, Emeritus Professor of Library Science. Unfortunately, Todd Risley and Lisa Madsen are unable to be here today, and I ask Margaret Engel to come forward and receive this honor.
I once again want to welcome and thank the family, friends, and distinguished guests for coming here today to celebrate our graduates and their academic accomplishments. For each of them, graduation is indeed a major milestone in their lives, a true new beginning. At commencement, it's also my privilege to give our soon-to-be graduates one final charge. We just can't resist. Much has changed at UAA since our graduates first started their study with us. At the university, although we've been primarily preoccupied with building their academic and technical fields of expertise, we've also been busy building new academic programs, hiring more faculty, recruiting more students, building new buildings. For our guests who've not visited the campus recently, I encourage you to do so. For you will discover a campus that is growing, vibrant, friendly, and secure. A place that has a real sense of community. Unfortunately, while we've been building the university, much of the world around us has been exploding. While we've been safe and secure on our campus, the world around us has become unsafe and threatening. While we have created a friendly community, many in the world have become more hostile towards us. And while we've been free to express our views and to develop our potential, many in the world find themselves pressed, not facing a new beginning, but a retreat into the past. Graduates, the question I ask of you today is simple. How will these unsettling changes I've just described affect your new beginning? Will your newly acquired knowledge and skills help bridge this divide between the liberty and prosperity we enjoy here at home with the growing poverty and despair that we witness abroad? Or will you benignly allow this divide to further widen? Despite all of our frequent national alerts of yellow and orange, hopefully never red, I know many of you will be tempted to retreat or deny vulnerabilities to these global challenges. Others of you may be tempted to try to build your own personal version of Fortress America. I urge you not to succumb to either. Rather, I encourage you to apply your newly acquired college perspective. During the glorious months of summer that soon lie ahead, some of you may decide to climb Flat Top Mountain or Wolverine Peak. Be surrounded by a magnificent. It is, in fact, an incredible perspective of this grand place where you live. But it is a perspective you can only acquire if you exert the energy to summit the mountain. As university graduates, you have all exerted great energy to summit a mountain of knowledge. We provided you with the opportunity not only of professional and technical skills, but also a more expansive understanding of the world and a more reflective perspective of your roles in it. We have required you to take courses that prepare you to understand the forces of history, a more profound understanding of life's meaning, a more critical way of thinking about the important issues before you, and hopefully a more tolerant willingness to listen to the views that might differ from your own before you make a judgment. These are all attributes of an educated person, And it is this educated perspective that will help you bridge the divide between your promising future and the disquieted world that surrounds you and, in fact, all of us. As a graduating class, you've acquired a range of knowledge and skills that truly would build a better world. Many of you have been so focused on your academic studies, you may be unaware of the work of your classmates. So let me introduce them to you. You are the engineers and the technicians who know how to build shelter, transportation, and communication systems. You are the teachers who help people of the world to realize their full potential. You are the health and welfare providers who know how to treat illness and promote wellness and justice. You are the business professionals who know how to create value and close the gap between rich and poor. You are the scientists who can monitor and preserve the health of our biosphere and our precious planet. And you are the humanists and the artists who know how to create things that inspire and can speak to our human condition and to our aspirations. Graduates, you are truly a formidable force of promise. As a class, you have a magnificent capacity to make Anchorage a better city, Alaska a better state, the United States of America a better nation, and the world a better place for all. You've all performed admirably here at the university. As a new class of leaders, all of us who have nurtured and invested in you now look to you to help unite this divided world. We look to you to seek the truth and to be truth's champion. And above all, we look to you to act with integrity, courage, and compassion. I know I speak for the entire university community when I say we are enormously proud of each and every one of you on your accomplishments, and we have the utmost confidence in your abilities to do all that we have asked. My charge to you this commencement is simply to prove that what I have said is true. Congratulations, graduates. One of our fine rituals at commencement that makes up the fabric of our university culture is the selection of one of our graduates to speak on behalf of the graduating class. This rigorous process brings out the best of the students at the university, and to make a determination who will present the class to deliver the commencement message is always a difficult one. This year we had two particularly exceptional students with important messages for their fellow students. Nick Armstrong is graduating with a 4.0 cumulative grade point average this year with a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Computer Science. Nick's message can be found on UAA's webpage this Monday morning. I invite you all to read Nick's inspiring message. I'm now pleased to invite our Dean of Students, Linda Dizelle, to the podium to introduce our student speaker who will speak on behalf of the UAA 2003 graduating class.
I have the distinct honor of introducing the University of Alaska Anchorage 2003 Student Commencement Speaker. Andrew Gardner has had a career of academic distinction and leadership involvement while attending UAA. This was not unusual for Andrew, as he was an outstanding East High School graduate, earning the Chancellor's Award tuition waiver as an incoming freshman. Andrew has won national recognition and more than 10 first-place speaker awards while participating on UAA's outstanding DeWolf speech and debate team. Among Andrew's most notable achievement was finishing in the top 16 of more than 280 teams in the National Parliamentary Debate Association's National Championships. Even though he maintained a demanding academic course load, earned Dean's List and Chancellor's List academic honors, and traveled extensively with the Seawolf Speech and Debate team, Andrew found time to get involved outside of the classroom in leadership positions. Andrew participated in an extended study abroad program in China during the summer of 2002 as an instructional assistant teaching debate to English-speaking Chinese students. He was one of 2 delegates selected for the 54th Annual Student Conference of U.S. Affairs at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Andrew continues to volunteer at local high school debate tournaments. Andrew has demonstrated his leadership skills on campus as a student senator, as a U.S. UAA committee chair, and in welcoming new students to campus. Quoting from the recommendation for student commencement speaker, Professor Shaunalee Whitney and Professor Steve Johnson said that Andrew is a rare student, one who teaches as much as he learns, one who dedicates himself to the improvement of the world around him. Andrew is a candidate for a Bachelor of Arts degree in history with 2 minors, one in communication and one in political science. Now, please join me in welcoming and congratulating University of Alaska Anchorage's 2003 Student Commencement Speaker, Mr. Andrew Gardner.
This thing is very tricky, trying to get used to. Chancellor Gorsuch. Chancellor Gorsuch, members of the Board of Regents, honored guests, esteemed faculty members, graduates, family, friends, alumni. It's truly an honor to be asked to speak on behalf of more than 1,600 proud and excited graduates of the University of Alaska Anchorage. Former Mexican President Ernesto Zedillo will be giving the commencement address at Harvard this year. I apologize that I'm not even remotely famous. I hope to change that in the future, though. But American Idol just won't return my phone calls. I will try to keep my comments reasonably brief because I know that unlike at a hockey game, you can't just get up and get one of those $20 hot dogs at the dog pound in the Sullivan Arena. This is truly a momentous occasion, the culmination of years of intense study, untold hours of frustration, and countless cups of vending machine coffee from the CAS. For those of us entering the working world, we're entering it in a time of tremendous change. Some of it very exciting, but some of it kind of unsettling. The years of the stock market boom are over, and with it, the chance for computer science majors to become billionaires at the age of 26, while still living at home with mom. Still, it should be somewhat of a consolation to recall that over the course of a lifetime, that college graduates will earn on average $1 million more than those with just a high school diploma. And as long as millions of computers still run Windows, I think it's safe to say that the market for computer troubleshooting will remain quite healthy. We all have something to offer the world. That is why the state of Alaska has made a sizable investment in each of our educations. Thank you. And thank you to our legislators and governors, past and present, for believing in the University of Alaska and investing in our educations that have allowed us to grow with each passing year. To those legislators who would balk at this investment, remember that there are a lot of people here who intend to vote in the next election, and remember that our state depends upon the continued economic growth that is brought about by universities like the University of Alaska Anchorage. President Hamilton recently offered to work for a salary of $1 if his salary was a barrier to the full funding of education in the state of Alaska. Now, if that $1 is still a barrier to education, I would like to offer to pay Mr. President Hamilton's salary if that remains a barrier to education as well. I'm truly proud of this institution and what it has to offer students who make the best of their college experience. Why do I love UAA? I love the small class sizes matched by few other state schools. I love the personal attention that the faculty lavishes on its students. I love the reasonable tuition. I love the feeling that when I'm in class, I'm not just a number. I've talked to students and friends who've attended schools out of Alaska only to be crammed in lecture halls with overworked graduate assistants. Here at UAA, each of my professors knows me by name, knows something about me, and are genuinely interested in helping me to grow both inside and outside of the classroom. I'd like to thank those professors and the administrators for making those class sizes possible right now. In short, UAA is big enough to offer many opportunities, but small enough that one person can make a difference. Now, we've seen some exciting changes on our campus over the past 4, 5, or in the case of my friend Patrick, 8 years here at UAA. A new parking garage, a new sky bridge connecting the CAS to the Science Building, a burgeoning on-campus resident population, and yes, the addition of the aptly named University Center to our campus. Although, I still think we missed out on a great opportunity to have a really awesome Ron Crawford movie class in the former University Cinemas building. There are more great improvements on the way. The library looks fantastic and should ensure that UAA continues on its upward trajectory. And I know I'm not alone in expressing my excitement over the addition of Nobel Prize-winning economist Dr. Vernon Smith to our faculty next year as the Rasmussen Chair. I applaud the efforts of our administrators to continue to attract top-notch faculty to our university and to retain the excellent scholars that we already have. I hope you all join me in congratulating this year's Carnegie Alaska Professor of the Year, Professor Steve Johnson, here at the University of Alaska, Anchorage. This February, the Voice of the Times featured an editorial entitled, UAA Has Come a Long Way. In addition to the exhilarating changes I've already mentioned, they noted that UAA excels in both athletic and academic competition. Last year we had the national champion in the giant slalom, Aurora de Malmont, when we hosted the NCAA National Championships right here in Alaska. And that same year, we also had the National Debate Championships, winning the largest tournament in the United States and the world from UAA. It was great to see the local media recognize what I've long known, that the UAA community has much in which it can take pride. I look forward to returning each year to see the exciting new changes to my alma mater. Receiving a diploma is not just the end of a long and rewarding process. It is the beginning of a longer and even more rewarding process, a lifetime of learning. Let's not forget why they call it commencement. A degree does not indicate mastery of a particular subject. Who among us has truly mastered history or business, nursing, or teaching? No, a degree is the starting point for a lifetime of learning. Sir Isaac Newton modestly observed, I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have only been like a boy playing by the seashore and diverting myself in now and then and finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay undiscovered before me. The degrees we will receive here stand as evidence of the pretty shells and the smooth pebbles that we've discovered here at UAA, but there's a vast ocean left to explore. This broad intellectual curiosity should be the result of a liberal education. In other words, an education in the broadest sense, drawing on a wide range of disciplines and perspectives. That is, unless one has earned their degree from one of those prestigious, non-accredited universities that those spammers are always sending me. But there's been a shift in the United States. In 1968, nearly half of all degrees were awarded in the arts and sciences. Today, nearly 3/4 go to practical fields,
such as nursing and business and accounting. We are frequently asked, but what will you do with your degree? And certainly for many of us, we will use them for eminently practical purposes, building bridges, healing the sick, balancing budgets. And these are certainly extremely important. But remember that America has also had unique ideas to offer the world. Jefferson, Hamilton, and Madison all had a thorough grounding in the liberal arts. Let us not forget that Martin Luther King Jr. never discovered a way to make the automobile manufacturing process more efficient. He didn't invent the microchip, but he changed the world through the clarity, eloquence, and the power of his ideas. For better or worse, the 20th century was animated by incredible advances in technology, but also by ideas like communism, nationalism, fascism, and democracy. We must affirm the value of a liberal education today by taking on the role of responsible citizens of the U.S. and the world. As September 11th so painfully reminded us, the violent clashes between rival ideologies didn't end the 20th century. There are many challenges we face at the dawn of the 21st century. The trade-off between liberty and security is one that requires from citizens the utmost scrutiny. Students of political science and history will remind us of the words of James Madison, writing in Federalist Number 51. If men were angels, no government would be necessary. If angels were to govern men, neither external nor internal controls on government would be necessary. Before we sacrifice internal controls on government, we must carefully consider what we stand to gain and lose. A liberal education remains a prerequisite for democracy. We don't vote on how many structural supports are needed for a bridge. We leave that to the experts. But a government left to the experts isn't a democracy. So what will you be doing with your degree? You will be providing the structural supports for democracy itself. The decisions that we as Americans make, for better or worse, affect the lives of billions throughout the world. With power comes responsibility. It is not enough to shock and awe. A practical education gives us our economic and military might, but a liberal education serves to guide, question, and to moderate the use of that might. Universities are, as our administrators say, economic engines, but they're also intellectual engines. And as we affirm the value of a college education today, we must recognize that education has the paradoxical effect of both increasing our knowledge and expertise and also increasing our uncertainty. As a history major, a political science, and a communication minor, a student senator, and a member of UAA Sewell Speech and Debate Team, I found that the more I learn about a particular subject, the less convinced I am in the absolute rightness of that position. When we are convinced that we are absolutely right, we close our minds to other options, and we narrow the range of our thinking. A certain amount of doubt spurs us to be inquisitive, to wrestle with tough issues. In short, to think. Now, I'm not advocating the position of the extreme cultural relativist. We can, and we should, decide what we believe to be moral and just, and act upon those principles. But a certain amount of doubt and a certain amount of uncertainty should remain. Remember that no one is more certain that what he is doing is right than Osama bin Laden. Our world would be a less dangerous place if a few more people had second thoughts about the rightness of their actions. I think Kenneth G. Johnson said it best when he described education as man's going forward from cocksure ignorance to thoughtful uncertainty. If we understand commencement as the process of beginning anew on a path of a life of discovery and curiosity, of a true understanding of democracy, and yes, of thoughtful uncertainty, then we have truly made good on UAA's slogan, "We learn for life." I hope hope you'll all join me today in commencing a lifelong adventure in learning. Thank you and congratulations.
This guy's got the potential to be a faculty member, don't you think? It's a tradition at the UAA for the faculty to present a gift to the graduates during commencement. It is now my honor to invite UAA Professor of History, Dr. Stephen Haycox, to give this year's faculty presentation. Professor Haycox.
Thank you, Chancellor Gorsuch. Congratulations, UAA graduates. We, the faculty of UAA, wish you every success in your future endeavors. This commencement is a milestone in your intellectual development, a signal honor of your efforts and determination, and you can take just pride in what you accomplish. This ceremony is aptly named, for this is not the culmination of your development. It's the beginning. From this time forward, you will build on what you've learned here, constructing a new life on the foundation that your degree represents. The information that we have provided you here is not so very valuable. Information changes. It'll be superseded by other data, and soon it will no longer fit the circumstances that it was directed to originally. But if we've done our work well, you'll have the interest, the intellectual energy, and the tools to find the new knowledge you need and to analyze your discoveries effectively so as to apply them meaningfully. More important, you will have vision. That is, you'll be able to look beyond your individual interests and properly judge the relative value of things. Most particularly, you'll understand your own development in the broader context of the society of which you are a part. And you will learn better how to fulfill your own destiny while at the same time strengthening the society that nurtures you, the one complementing the other. We trust that you will use these tools wisely. And we hope that you will remember your alma mater fondly and help it aid the generation after you in using your achievements as a springboard for their own futures. Good luck, graduates. It's been good to know you.
In recognition of the faculty's commitment to students and to the pursuit of academic excellence, I'd now like to ask our graduate to rise and applaud UAA's extraordinary faculty for their outstanding teaching and scholarship. Students, if you please rise and applaud. It is now my pleasure to ask the faculty, graduates, and stage party all to please rise. As we confer certificates and degrees upon our graduates, we pass the light of knowledge. Will Faculty Marshal Narang and Student Speaker Gardner please join me at the podium? Faculty, please illuminate your lights and hold them high. As Faculty Marshal Narang lights our student speaker's light, she symbolically passes the knowledge of wisdom that will light the way for our UAA graduating class of 2003. Now, graduates, please illuminate your lights and hold them high. Just as the torch represents enlightenment and knowledge, the Greek phrase philosophia, kretote, photon, translates into let the love of learning rule mankind. Graduates, we are conferring upon you the privilege and obligation to pursue a life full of learning. Faculty, you may extinguish your lights, and having done so, please join the audience and me in applauding our UAA graduating class of 2003. Graduates, you may extinguish your lights, but never extinguish the love of learning. Thank you, and please be seated. We are now prepared to present the graduates for graduation. Provost Chapman will introduce the deans of the school and the colleges who present their candidates for graduation. Members of the Board of Regents and UAA administration will also join us in congratulating our new graduates.
As the candidates come forward, please notice the gold cords worn by some candidates which signify graduation with honors. Those with grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.79 will graduate cum laude. Those with averages of 3.8 to 3.99 will graduate magna cum laude, and those with 4.0 averages will be graduated summa cum laude. Medallions or cords of other colors depict additional specific honors bestowed on those graduates and are explained in your program. We will be presenting candidates by their school or college. Will the audience please withhold your applause until the last candidate from each school or college has received his or her diploma. Dean Robert Lang of the School of Engineering will now present the degree and certificate candidates from the School of Engineering, accompanied by Regent Kevin Meyer. Mike Burns.
Chancellor Gorsuch and Regents, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for university degrees from the School of Engineering. The faculty of the School of Engineering declare that these candidates are well qualified for their respective degrees and certificates. Therefore, on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree or certificate each candidate seeks be conferred. Congratulations.
Michael Thomas Bortikoski, B.S., Civil Engineering. Gracia Maria de la Peña, B.S., Civil Engineering. Brian K. Hudson, B.S., Civil Engineering. William H. Jameson, B.S., Civil Engineering. Thomas Gerald Yannos, B.S., Civil Engineering. William Naylor Preston, B.S., Geomatics. Christopher E. Prince, B.S., Civil Engineering. Merle Solomon Sr., B.S., Civil Engineering. Sherwood Rowe Schuyler, B.S., Civil Engineering. Nicole Reed, B.S., Civil Engineering. Julie A. Stoneking, B.S. Civil Engineering and B.S. Mathematics. Anastasia J. Taylor, B.S. Civil Engineering.
As Dean of the College of Business and Public Policy, Thomas Case will now present the degree and certificate candidates from the College of Business and Public Policy, accompanied by Regent Francis Rose.
Chancellor Gorsuch and Regents, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for university degrees and certificates from the College of Business and Public Policy. The faculty of the College of Business and Public Policy declare that these candidates are well qualified for their respective degrees and certificates. Therefore, on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that the degree or certificate that each candidate seeks be conferred. Congratulations.
Lori Lynette Bankston, AAS Accounting. Felipe Manuel Castro, AAS Business Computer Information Systems. Shingo Uzumi, AAS Business Computer Information Systems. Brianne L. Pennington, AAS Accounting. Amy B. Wagner, AAS Small Business Administration. Jane A. Anderson, BBA Accounting. Jeanette Avil, BBA Accounting. Heather Michelle Betts, BBA Accounting. Jennifer Rose Blair, BBA Accounting. Jeremy Ethan Boyd, BA Economics. Rochelle Lynn Bullerman, BBA Finance. Darren James Buss, BBA Management Information Systems. Michael Eric Christofferson, BBA Finance. Peter Chitka, BBA Marketing. Christy Eileen Clement, BA Economics. Donna M. Conrad, BBA Management Information Systems. Heather Michelle Corbridge, BBA Accounting. Kimberly Michelle Crocker, BBA Management. Leah Luana Davis, BBA Accounting. Tanya Elizabeth Davis, BBA Management and Marketing. Noe Heather Dorsey, BBA Marketing. Erin Elizabeth Eves, BBA Finance and Management. Herbert C. Emerson Jr., BBA Management. Jonathan Daniel Inch, BBA Finance and Economics. Nancy J. Eubank, BBA Accounting. Emily Joan Fairbanks, BBA Marketing. Francine Rebecca Piero, BBA Management Information Systems. Carl T. Hines, BBA Global Logistics Management. Shara Elizabeth Fuentes Slimko, BBA Accounting. Deronda Latrace Gil-Scott, BBA Accounting. Angela Marie Godzi, BBA Management. Daniel John Golden, AAS Business Computer Information Systems, BBA Management Information Systems. Maria Grigorkieva, BBA Global Logistics Management. Cynthia Jane Grubb, BBA Accounting. Heidi Renee Hagen, BBA Management. David C. Hannon, BA Economics. Laura L. Huck, BBA Management Information Systems. Edward Joseph Herbert, BBA Management. Andrew Paul Elvester, BBA Management and Marketing. Mark Anthony Dizon Guevara, BBA Accounting. Eric Ian Hoffman, BBA Accounting. Sarah J. Hoyer, BBA Global Logistics Management. Matthew William Hopper, BBA Management. Jung Ni, BBA Management Information Systems. Andrew A. Ingram,